Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Welcome to Saturday morning. I hope you've had a really good week, that you were able to reach all the goals you had for this week. And perhaps you haven't quite checked all the boxes you want to check this week, and you have a bit of time left still. The week is not completely done. Our teacher for this week is Carl Jung. And the title of today's message is, I will choose where to pour my water. I will choose where to pour my water. So here is the thought that we're starting today's message with. Whatever you water will grow. Whatever you water will grow. Take a moment to let the thought marinate in your mind for a little bit. Whatever you water will obviously grow. This simple truth holds the key to understanding why some people seem perpetually overwhelmed by their circumstances, and while others navigate the same challenges with grace and wisdom. Carl Jung says, we don't so much solve our problems as we outgrow them. We add capacities and experiences that eventually make us bigger than the problems. It's not so much solving our problems, but we ourselves becoming more, so that the same old problems, which still exist, just don't play the same old role in our lives anymore. No matter how much we learn or how good we may become at dealing with life, having problems or encountering difficulty will be ever present during our human experience. And as we develop the ability to allow the experience to be felt without the overwhelming need to run from it or to change it or to control it, as we are able to learn how to be with the experience, we grow our capacity to become bigger than the problem. Hey Colette, good morning. Happy Saturday. Yeah, it's great seeing you. Hello. I trust that you are well. Carl Jung says, people will do anything, no matter how absurd, in order to avoid facing their own souls. They will travel to India to practice yoga and all of its exercises, or observe a rigid, strict regimen of diet, even learn the literature of the whole world, all because they cannot get along with themselves. The next thought from Carl Jung is, somewhere right at the bottom of one's own being, one generally knows where one should go and what one should do. But there are times when the clown that we call I behaves in such a distracting fashion that the inner voice of wisdom cannot make its presence felt. One more thought from Carl Jung is, a man likes to believe that he is the master of his soul. But as long as he is unable to control his moods and emotions, or to be conscious of the myriad secret ways in which the unconscious factors insinuate themselves into his arrangements and decisions, until then he is certainly not his own master. Consider this example when you drive to work in the morning, and of course, you could insert many more examples here. But let's just say, when you get into your car and you drive to work in the morning, you naturally come under the influence of various different stimuli around you. The drivers on the road with you, the messages on the billboards passing you by, perhaps the radio, and perhaps you've been on social media before you got into the car, or while you're sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic, you're scrolling on your phone. By the time you reach your destination, pay attention to your emotional state. If how you feel and the thoughts you think have become completely hijacked by the behavior of other motorists, or the messages on billboards, or the news on the radio or social media, then understand what Carl Jung means when he says you are certainly not your own master. So whether we encounter an experience from the environment around us or an experience created within ourselves, when we are able to be with the experience, allowing the experience to be felt without reacting to it, then we start to understand what Jung meant when he said, problems don't go away, but we gain the capacity to become bigger than the problems. Charlene, good morning. Happy Saturday to you. Hello. Now we find ourselves inside that window of opportunity in which the inner voice of wisdom can make its presence felt, as Jung suggests. So let's get back to the thought we started with. What you water will grow. Whatever consistently holds your attention is what you are pouring your energy into. And anything that you consistently give your energy to will expand, and its presence will grow in your life. Will you continue to let the world around you decide what captures your attention, or will you grow bigger than the noise of the world, and as the master of your soul make a conscious choice about where you will pour the water of your attention? But we first need to become bigger than the problems around us by being able to have the experience without the compulsion to react to it, and then take action only from what is ours to change. Today's meditation is an exercise in sitting with the experience and finding that we are able to be okay with whatever the experience is. If you're ready, you can close your eyes. We'll take the first few big breaths together. Today's meditation is called Come to Your Senses. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. Our journey of the senses starts at the top, works its way through our body, and we're starting right now by paying attention to where this body is at. So while you continue your full body breathing, with your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to your forehead, to the space between your eyes. Do you perhaps sometimes find that you are carrying a frown there? And in this moment, have you made sure that that space is soft and relaxed? With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to your neck and shoulders. Do you perhaps sometimes find those muscles being tight and tense, shoulders pulled up high, almost level with your ears? And when you do notice that, do you remember to take a few big breaths, to roll out your shoulders, to soften those muscles that are carrying more than they should be carrying? With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to the area in and around your mouth. Do you perhaps find that sometimes you're clenching your teeth, clenching your jaw muscles, grinding your teeth, or your tongue pressed hard against the roof of your mouth? In those moments, do you remember to have a conversation with this body? Let this body know that it is safe. With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to your stomach area. This is where we hold tension, or where tension hides the most effectively. We can carry tension in this space for years without knowing about it. And when you find that tension in your abdomen, do you remember to have a conversation with this body? Let this body know that it is safe. And it would be safe to completely soften right now. With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to your legs, to your arms, and specifically your hands. Hands are another spot where tension hides while we don't realize, in tightly clenched fists. Right now are your hands half open, calmly, softly lying in your lap. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping this body stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles. Forward and to the left. Forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. Lean your upper body over to the right. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we possibly can be right now, we'll now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for just a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. So as you breathe in, become aware of the air flowing in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up your belly with air, also don't hold it too long. Hold your breath only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, welcome yourself to this body. Perhaps even wrap your arms around this body and take a moment to let this body know. Hello, body. I really love having you. Take your next big breath. Our journey of the senses starts right at the top, with our eyes and what we can see, and then works its way through our body. So the first stop is your eyes, yes. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, without opening your eyes, the question is this: if you were to open your eyes, what would be something really obvious that you would see? Could be anything, could be the same thing you use every time. Now with your eyes closed, use your mind to see this obvious object. See it from all of its angles, see all of its color, and find all of its texture. Take your next big breath. We'll change gears, and this time as you take a deep breath and dive deep into you, use your mind to find in the room you're in a less obvious object. If you were to open your eyes, what are some objects that will be not obvious for you to see? Perhaps it's something small, perhaps it's something that's hidden behind something else, perhaps it's something in a drawer. Find this less obvious object and now study it from all of its angles. See all of its color and find all of its texture. Let your mind have fun with the exercise. Take your next big breath. Carl Jung reminds us that we don't so much solve our problems as we outgrow them. We add capacities that eventually make us bigger than the problem. What we're doing right now is adding to our capacity to be bigger than the problem. The capacity to have the experience, to observe the experience, without the compulsion to either run or numb or control the experience, control the outcome of the experience. The ability to be the observer of the experience until wisdom lets us know whether there is an action to take or not. This is how we become bigger than the problem. Let's continue practicing being the observer of the experience. We'll take a step down to your ears and what you can hear. And this is the practice. Let's simply have the experience as an observer. What is there to hear without the need to do anything about what we're hearing? As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, bring your attention to the most obvious sound that you hear. And just listen for a while. Take your next big breath. We'll change gears, this time still staying with what we can hear, but find a faint sound. Find a sound that's barely more than a whisper. And as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, see how much of this faint sound you can hear. Take your next big breath. Carl Jung reminds us that people will do anything, no matter how absurd, in order to avoid facing their own souls. They will travel to India to practice yoga and all of its exercises, and a long list of other absurd things, all because they cannot get along with themselves. Blaise Pascal used very similar words when he said, all of the problems in the world exist because man cannot sit alone with himself in a room. This is exactly the kind of capacity we're practicing right now. Can I take a moment to sit with myself and the experiences I'm having and simply be the observer? If I can, then I am, not avoiding facing my own soul. We'll take another step down to our nose and what we can smell, and our mouth and what we can taste. These two stops are a little bit more difficult normally, unless you have something that you can bring to your nose to smell or to your mouth to taste. If not, just lean into curiosity. Change your breathing to whatever it needs to be. And with your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, just see if there is any obvious smell for you to find right now. Is there any clear smell you can find? Take your next big breath. We'll change gears, and this time as you take a deep breath and dive deep into you, be curious and see if there's any other smell you can find right now, anything besides the first obvious smell. Take your next big breath. Carl Jung reminds us that sometimes, or there are times when the clown that we call I behaves in such a distracting fashion that the inner voice of wisdom cannot make its presence felt. The clown that we call I. And right now, during this exercise, the clown that we call I might be saying, "This is such a stupid exercise. There's nothing I can smell or taste right now. Why am I wasting my time with this?" Whenever the clown that we call I is loud, we struggle hearing the voice of wisdom. This is the capacity we're adding right now that Carl Jung spoke of in the first quote. Problems don't go away necessarily. We become bigger. We gain the capacity to sit with these experiences and not put the clown that we call I in the driver's seat. It is okay that that clown sometimes has a lot to say. It's even better when we can learn to listen. And we do become the master of our soul when we don't put that clown in the driver's seat. We're taking another step down to your mouth and what you can taste. And this certainly is the toughest one. The clown might be having a lot to say about this one. But try. Lean into curiosity as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you. Is there anything you can taste right now? And it's okay if there isn't. Then the answer is no, there's nothing. But try. Take your next big breath. And then we'll change gears and do the same one again, but this time lean into curiosity and see if there's possibly anything else, any other taste besides the first one. Take your next big breath. Carl Jung reminds us that man likes to believe that he is the master of his soul, but as long as he's not able to control his moods and emotions, he is certainly not his own master. I would of course like to change those words just a little bit, because having the goal of being in full control of our emotions is often missing the mark. I think it's a much more realistic goal to say, I want to learn how to not have my emotions be in full control of me. So I'll rephrase this. He says, man likes to believe that he is the master of his soul, but as long as his emotions control his mood or control his actions, he is certainly not his own master. And this is the capacity we're busy adding right now. The ability to have the experience, to become the observer of these emotions. Allow these emotions to be felt without having the emotions be in the driver's seat. We have one more stop to do. Just a few more minutes of observing the experience. This time, the surface of your skin. As you take a deep breath in, as you hold your breath, scan the surface of your skin. Find where is the most obvious sensation, and just observe that sensation for a few moments. Take your next big breath. And then the very last one. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, find on the surface of your skin where is the slightest sensation, and for a few moments just be the observer of that sensation. Perhaps you can just feel fabric gently rest on skin. Or perhaps you can just feel the air as it touches your forehead or your cheek. Take your next big breath. We'll take just one more big breath together to slip out of the breath-holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back. or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time a thought from Carl Jung on this subject. He says, we don't so much solve our problems as we outgrow them. We add capacities and experiences that eventually make us bigger than the problems. Think for a moment how this applies to something that we certainly can't change and a problem that certainly won't go away. Sitting in traffic, dealing with the drivers around us. That's not a problem we ever solve. But we certainly are able to add capacities, add experiences that eventually make us bigger than the problem of sitting in traffic, dealing with idiot drivers. No matter how much we learn or how good we may become at dealing with life, having problems or encountering difficulty will be ever present during our human experience. And as we develop the ability to allow the experience to be felt without the overwhelming need to run from it, or to change it, or to control it, we grow our capacity to become bigger than the problem. And how easily does this exercise apply to that simple problem of traffic? The ability to observe the experience. Practicing coming to your senses and just becoming really good at allowing what we're seeing to be seen, allowing what we're hearing to be heard, allowing what we are feeling to be felt, allowing the clown that we call I to be seen and heard and held, yet becoming really good at not putting that clown behind the wheel. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to become an observer of this body and all of its sensory experiences. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that every experience is allowed to be felt. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that I am in fact able to allow every experience to be felt without judging the experience. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that when I become better at this, being the observer, not reacting to the experience, but witnessing the experience, then I gain more access to the wisdom that is there. Carl Jung says, the clown that we call I behaves in such a distracting fashion that the inner voice of wisdom cannot make its presence felt. When I become good at observing the experience, I also become better at hearing the voice of wisdom. The wisdom that will guide me to know whether this experience requires action from me, or whether this experience requires me to completely let it go. I'm learning to act from wisdom only, and to not act whenever it's the clown that I call I that wants to do the driving. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. The power of the pause is what it's also often called. The power of the pause. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey. Clip, it's great seeing you. Wishing you a beautiful weekend. Nella, it's awesome seeing you. Hope you're having a great Saturday and a beautiful weekend too. Thank you so much, Charlene. Wishing you as well a beautiful Saturday, an awesome weekend. See you all again soon. Ciao, ciao.